All right, hello, welcome. This is episode 27 of So Well Spoken. I'm Moris. With me is Angelus.
Hello.
Slayven.
Yo.
And Dream Visions.
Hello, hello.
We tried to record yesterday and we had a technical error. We had an equipment malfunction.
Damn.
And so we're trying again. And luckily, Slayven wasn't here last time, so we're going to try and hit the same topics and hopefully it won't be too repetitive for the three of us that were here yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That software malfunction. It's like we got sucker punched.
Can we start calling you Janet? Janet Jackson, Angelus?
All right, light skin to the Kenny G.
Damn.
You could follow us on Twitter. We're SWS Podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes and leave us a review. I think we're at 3.5 stars right now on iTunes, which is kind of embarrassing because all the other podcasts are like 5 out of 5.
Wow. Damn.
A couple of the people that are part of this podcast have a fan base, you could say, that follows them around the internet and is not too fond of their rhetoric.
Oh.
So we do have a couple like 1-star reviews that I don't take serious, but it kind of hurts our overall score when we only got like a dozen reviews.
Right.
And we're still a part of the Black History Month Spotlight Showcase, which has been really good for us. We've gotten a good amount of traffic to the podcast from that. We're not on like the front page like we were the first like week and a half, but we're still on. Like if you click to see more, we're still part of like that sheet of like 20 something podcasts.
Okay.
Word.
Cool.
But Black History Month is, by the time this podcast comes out, I think there's only going to be 1 day left in Black History Month. And I can't imagine iTunes is going to keep the Black History Month page up into March.
They should.
But we were saying yesterday, me and Angelus, I'm Mexican, Angelus was Dominican?
Afro-Dominican.
So September 15th, that's Hispanic Heritage Month. So if iTunes looking to do a Hispanic Heritage Month showcase, and then you're looking for a Hispanic podcast, estamos aquí, cabrones. We're right here. You put us on that spotlight too. DJ Ace, Black Ace, he did the theme for the podcast. He's at DJ Ace 88. Thanks again. We were just stealing people's music before he gave us a theme, because that was the kind of podcast we were.
Hood as fuck.
On the subject of us being a hood as fuck podcast.
Damn.
I took down the old episodes because the sound quality was so bad. And it was a really bad time. I wish I had done it sooner, honestly, because when people were introduced to the podcast, when you look at the stats, they were downloading all the old episodes. And so I could understand someone going to those early ones and be like, what the fuck are they doing? Like the sound quality was really bad. We're not very organized. And so I took them down when there was like 2 weeks left in the month. So now people only have access to the newest 2 podcasts, which are the only 2 with like decent audio quality.
Okay.
So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Beyonce's video and the police response to it. There was a sheriff in Tennessee whose home was shot at. And in an interview with the news, he blamed Beyonce's music video and how it seemed to have bled over into real life.
I mean, that damn Beyonce, man.
I mean, Please Don't Shoot Us is a very aggressive and divisive message.
Mm-hmm. So very.
I mean, how come we just can't be shot at, fam? Why we got to complain about it? Beyonce just made this she just divided this nation that was healing, apparently. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I guess, I guess this is just what's going to happen for a little while, a little while longer. Everything that, every misfortune that may befall an officer of the law is now going to be blamed on pop music. It's going to be blamed on Beyonce, reminding the world that she is in fact black.
Yeah, I think that's what the major problem is, though. It's just that we took Beyonce back, basically, and they're very upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're blaming her for shit that would have happened anyway. Because, I mean, they don't blame Kendrick Lamar, and he's been doing this for a hot minute.
Have you guys seen the video of that girl covering Formation?
No.
The white girl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No.
I don't know her name.
No, I was just thinking about I wonder when the cover's going to come.
Oh, it is. I cringed very hard. But it's worth watching if you're into watching someone embarrass themselves.
Kind of want to watch it when this is over. I would love to see little white girls. They love their Negro
She's not
features.
that little.
No, she's
though.
not.
I don't know what you was thinking.
She's not. It was definitely an experience, you know.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is it? Damn, the silence says it all. It's okay.
How about this? On a scale of 1 to Fox News, it's definitely Fox News.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got a link?
Yeah, I'll shoot you a link real quick.
So she sings it. She's just basically repeating the song, or is she like changing the words to make it like
no, she
the
just
white
does
version?
a cover.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what's it? Oh no! Oh, it was even worse. I'm sorry. It was a cover of Rihanna's "Work" song.
Oh, God,
the song "Work," and
it's a great song.
Beyonce's song was covered by a white man.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
So let me.
That's a thing, though, man. People love covering songs and pulling out their acoustic. And then all of a sudden, people who hated the song love it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's such a great song.
I put the link in the chat. You got it.
Yeah, it's hot sauce in this bag. Swag.
Stop.
Maybe I'll put his song in the middle of the podcast just so everyone can enjoy exactly how white this is.
Let's see here.
Just lost our last white viewer listener.
Oh no, this is not.
Fresh. I'm so reckless when I rock my Givenchy dress.
No,
I'm so
I do not approve.
White people, please don't do this.
Mama Louisiana, you mix that Negro with that Creole, make it Texas.
It's a nice mic and guitar you got. That's about all I can say positive right now.
That register he tries to sing in is so good.
And he really think he's doing something.
He really does. He looks like he's so into it.
He thought he was going to go on Ellen. He's like, this is going to be it.
Oh my God, the Twitter comments are killing me. Oh, whites love their Negro noses now? Oh, okay.
Really? This is a hate crime. You see they comment that y'all don't season chicken.
Damn.
Now let's get information. Prove me you got some coordination.
Oh shit.
Okay, you guys ready for another one?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
This is the girl covering Rihanna's "Work."
Okay.
Let me check that one out.
Shucks.
Man, this is what I love about America. Motherfuckers making an ass of themselves.
Yet. Let's back at it again.
This video is wider than a Yeti in a snowstorm.
Wow.
I love their faces on all of these. Like they feel like they are killing it.
Yeah. She was all in.
She really is.
I don't know why it's
Like-
funnier hearing
like she-
it playing on your guys.
Like she didn't even bother with trying to fake a Caribbean accent. She just
It was
Man, we got way off track.
We did.
We got far off track, everyone.
Beyonce.
So Beyonce, right?
Beyonce
So
makes
that
a
police
song.
officer, that sheriff in Tennessee who tried to blame Beyonce for someone shooting at his house, he has a lot of enemies, as it turns out.
Drained him of his energy.
He fired 2 people from his department because for political reasons, they sided. The first man he fired ran against him for the position of sheriff.
Oh.
And after he won the election, that guy was gone like 3 months later. And then he did the same to another officer.
Wow.
And then he's also a part of an investigation where an inmate was left brain dead.
I'm sorry. Come again.
Okay.
They had in custody a inmate whose family contacted the police department, letting them know he was not stable. And I guess they did not heed these warnings, and they treated him as an aggressive inmate. And this, so at some point between getting from point A to point B, they beat him to the point where he was brain dead.
I assume nobody served today. Is that a fair assumption?
Of course.
He's
under
investigation.
Wow.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
So as soon as you forget about it, then they're like, okay,
Such
go back to
consequences
work
and
now.
ramifications for taking a man away
Vacation
from his
time,
friends
man.
and family. All right.
I mean, they have hard jobs, man. You know, they wake up every day and they look death in the eye. So they make mistakes. That's what everybody tells me
That's
on
what I hear
the
too.
internet.
Yeah. Job too hard.
Blue lives matter. Think of all the cops that are getting killed because of this. Despite the fact that police killings have gone down every year since the early 2000s, but I'll digress.
You can't let facts get in the way of frustration, man.
Hey, man, appeal to emotion, man. Think of those people who died, man. Shit's crazy though. That Beyonce is like the new scapegoat for all things racially charged, and all she did was make a fucking song.
I mean, it's not even that charged. It's like she's happy to be black and proud of it, and telling the police, please stop shooting us. What's so controversial about that?
Yeah. Not gonna lie though, I thought for a second you were gonna say the song wasn't good. I was like, you might not want to say that.
No,
like the Beehive will fuck your shit up.
No, it's song of the year, hands down. Everyone here at So Well Spoken agrees.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want no beef with the Beehive. They will fuck your shit up. They will find out where you live.
I don't want those kind of troubles.
You don't. They find out where you live just based on your Twitter name. Like, oh, Slave, there you go. We found this nigga's house, his parents, everything. No, but it's actually legitimately a good song, I think, anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Song of the year, we all agreed.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
did y'all
seen
hear
little
that,
black girls singing it all the time. Like, that's so dope.
Bit Frida, who has like 4 lines in the whole song. She's had a show or two canceled, for mysterious reasons.
Who?
Bit Frida. And you listen to, you probably don't know her, but she's a rapper. She says the line, "I like cornbread and collard greens" in the song.
That was her?
Yeah.
I just thought that was Beyonce.
No.
Okay.
More you know. So what about her though?
Yeah, she's had concerts and canceled mysteriously, citing issues with the alcohol licenses and stuff like that.
Damn.
I know this isn't the first or the only issue that she's having with law enforcement. You know, if I recall correctly, police union, one of the police unions down in Florida, or one of the police stations, I can't remember which, is threatening to boycott running security for her events. 2 of them.
It's 2 of them, Miami and Tampa.
Okay.
Man, dreams, your place would be fucked up.
I mean,
like
you're not
that.
too far from Tampa, fam.
Well, speaking of Florida, Dr. Malachi A. Love Robinson, PhD.
Malachi.
The man.
Is he a wizard or something? I've only heard D&D characters named Malachi.
It's a biblical name.
No, he's the 17-year-old behind the
Prodigy.
New Birth, New Life Medical Center and Urgent Care.
17-year-old prodigy.
Who named? I expect him to be like 60 years old with a name like Malachi.
I'm pretty sure it's a made-up name, right?
Oh,
Is that his given name?
Probably.
I
It's a
doubt it
biblical
is.
name, man. A lot of black people have it. My nephew has it.
That's like if you see a 17-year-old Cleophas.
Okay, you just made that shit up.
Y'all know
Cleophas.
Hell no, no damn Cleophas.
or Edamays.
No, I don't know any animes either.
Etta, man.
Edamays, man.
Etta.
I don't watch anime.
No.
I mean, Slay said Annie, so
We can't have nice things. Yeah, I mean his
But his whole name sounds
and
made
then
up.
Slay started saying anime. Like he got excited. Like, oh, anime.
I could buy any portion of his name, but not
what's
together.
interesting? I clicked on his website here, and the stock images look legit. The website, WordPress. You know what I mean? He's got testimonials on the homepage. It's not on GeoCities, fam. It almost looked legit until you get to the staff page.
If you want to check out the website, it's nbnlmedicalcenter.com.
What do what they prescribe to do?
Heal
everything. Everything, dog.
Using the 5 elements, they can heal you from anything: earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. They will make you right.
Listen,
it's heat, not heart.
Hey, man, he uses his heart.
This is for you, Slay, and I will quote from Dr. Malachi A. Robinson, PhD's biography. Dr. Love Robinson utilizes physiological, psychological, and mechanical methods such as air, water, light, heat, earth, phototherapy, food, and herb therapy, psychotherapy, electrotherapy, physiotherapy, mechanotherapy, neuropathic corrections and manipulation, and natural methods or modalities, together with natural medicines. He does
He's
everything.
straight up an X-Man.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's black.
Yeah,
he does everything.
Malachi, what do you expect?
No, posing as a doctor takes some white people confidence.
I have no clue what you just said. Not gonna lie to you.
I said posing as a doctor.
You think he got white people coming to him?
Gotcha.
17-year-old Malachi?
Yeah. Nah,
maybe.
I mean, listen to the stuff he's like offering. Black people don't go for that. They go for actual real shit.
The program director is his mom, and the operations director.
You think that's his
is
mama?
It's got to be. Look at Dr. Sandra White, and they look just alike. They even got that same pose.
I mean,
but he's gonna bend your problems
he's gonna
away.
do something. I don't know. Light, earth, water. He's Captain Planet, fam.
Captain Planet, man. Bless his heart. He's just trying to help people out, man. And the police came and stopped him.
So what was the situation with this? You said the police came and got him?
Yep.
They've been through there a couple times, according to the report.
Yeah, it's not his
He's
first
been
time.
cited and given cease and desist notices, and he just like, pfft.
Yeah, there another time he basically was like walking through hospitals and shit, pretending to be a doctor. I think he was in the not even trying to be funny, the OBGYN portion of the hospital, checking in on women. Yeah, he just needs a hug. He just needs Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie, his website looks like my doctor's website. The way it's done.
Well, you
damn. Might want to check your
gonna
doctor,
go see a 17-year-old doctor.
Make sure your doctor's legit.
Going in there for that air therapy.
You go there for air therapy, you turn a fan on you.
So you have to wonder though, like if these two women are not related to him, how did he rope them into this? Or did they rope him into this? How does that play out? Because they look like grown women.
The same way he roped that guy he got the
like
money
they're
from.
grown,
yeah,
old even.
Yeah, like Terry McMillan grown
Well,
women.
actually, there's an easy way if you think about it. Because he got the $10,000, he caught the $10,000 from that guy. I mean,
wait,
he just probably told them.
Back?
Wait.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this didn't happen.
New day.
Yeah. Sorry. So basically, Dr. Malachi Robinson Love, whatever the hell his name is, he was working at a phone store selling phones. A customer came in, and who was an investor of sorts, that or he's just an idiot, leaning towards idiot at this point. Basically, they shook up conversation, talked back and forth, and I guess at some point, Dr. Love Malachi, whatever the fuck his name is, told him like, yeah, I'm a doctor, and he wants to open up a practice. So told this guy, and the guy gave him $10,000 as an investment to open up the practice.
So what does that conversation look like? Yeah, I'm a doctor. I moonlight as a cell phone salesman here at AT&T.
You're asking the wrong person, man. I don't know.
Go from slinging those iPhones on Friday, opening up a doctor practice on Monday.
I sling iPhones to help the children. Trick loves the kids.
Yeah, venture capitalists usually go to phone stores for their next big investment.
Hey man, they're hungry. They don't have any direction, so they're working at a phone store.
And so he taught $10,000 out of somebody.
Yeah, and the sad part is the guy is like, I didn't know that he wasn't really a doctor.
I can't talk $10,000 out of somebody. How is he talking $10,000 out of somebody?
That's the thing that hurts me, right? I wish I can do that because I would. This kid's gonna be a legit problem.
But when you meet the person they usually get the money from, you understand how they got $10,000.
Yeah, because like number one, because apparently the guy wrote him a check just like right on the spot, and it's like, yo, number one, like no milestones set or anything. It's just here's $10,000. Like okay, do you want to know my game plan? Do you want business a proposal or anything? No, you're just you're just giving this to me. Okay, word.
After moonlighting as a phone salesman, he got this $10,000 of seed money, which he used to rent out a clinic, rent out a building, which he turned into some sort of a fake clinic, a healing center.
I don't think it was open that long. I hope not anyway. I don't know. He's got a testimonial
from Arizona. I guess we are to believe that somebody flew from Arizona to see Dr. Love Robinson.
Wait, damn.
Love Robinson, PhD, HHPC, AMPC.
He just started adding
I would like to know what those
DDS.
He's a dentist and shit. Like, wait, you're a dentist? Like
PD.
He's a police department now.
He took a picture. He took a picture of his PhD degree and put it on Twitter, didn't he, or something?
His PhD degree he printed off. Dude, it looked pretty good though. I was like, damn, he's pretty good with the Photoshop there. Can't even hate on that. That's some good skills right there.
You got to worry that is he a sociopath or is he
That's what I'm thinking.
Like a mental condition that needs to be looked into?
I'm just gonna go with sociopath until proven otherwise. All I know is this, man. Like once this kid, like he's gonna con his way into college for free. Like cats out here trying to get scholarships.
Yeah, he's not fit for college. He's gonna start a mega church as soon as he gets released.
I will say that I'm not sure if he's a sociopath, but what I am sure of is that he is a felon. So good luck getting into medical school if that's really what he wanted to do with himself. Maybe he just I don't know. You have to wonder. You know, he had to know that this is not the pathway to actually becoming a real doctor, right?
I gotta feel he never intended to become a doctor.
Well,
I watched this show that's called I Almost Got Away with It, and it's about people on the run from law. And the con dudes, they always get another con, 3 or 4 before they get caught. Yeah. So I'm sure he got something else.
They get addicted to it, really.
Store. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like this dude, he conned himself into being a priest, and he started living a life and giving marriages and baptizing babies and all kind of stuff.
That's when you go too far with it, though, man. Like you got to just chill.
He had forged papers from the Vatican.
I mean, the priest is pretty low level. Like, no one's gonna get hurt.
Nobody's even gonna notice that. But like when you start printing off crap from the Vatican, like
now you tell people that
that's real talk.
Right there.
That's why I was saying he should just chill, like just preach sermons. That's cool. Nobody's ever gonna really care.
Yeah, no one's gonna look into that.
Only reason he got caught is that he went to Mexico for like vacation, and he came back, and they decided to do a random check on his fingerprint.
Oh, wow.
That's how they caught him.
That's hilarious.
Well, he couldn't just lay low.
Just couldn't be
That's
a
how they
normal
usually
preacher.
get caught. They get too comfortable.
They do.
I guess that is still pretty low level compared to, faking being a healer. Like, you potentially putting people's lives at risk.
Yeah, you forge a credential. You teach like elementary school, something like that. Like you don't try and fake your way into NASA and become an astronaut. Like that's way too difficult a task.
I mean, yeah.
I gotta kind of admire his ambition.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be a doctor. And people bought it for a little while, at least.
That's what I'm saying. The dude, he has ambitions, damn it. He's like, fuck school. I'm just going to become a doctor. I don't need school. Respect.
The Ben Carson effect. Ooh. If he could do it, I could do it.
That's probably what he was thinking. Is like, man, Ben Carson's my damn hero.
Just got to slow my speech down a little bit and say before my
He's definitely a
sentences.
pathological liar, so we'll see how far that takes him.
Dude, like, he really is, because like even when he got caught, he was adamant that this is all a misunderstanding. It's like, dude, at some point, just the jig is up, fam.
I don't know. His dedication to this is kind of impressive.
I do wonder where the adult influences are in his life and what they're doing with themselves, because he doesn't have much.
Don't think he has those. I don't think he has people looking out for him like that, man. Like, sad to say, it doesn't really feel like it does, man. Like, no mother or father figure saying, "What the fuck are you doing right now?"
Yeah, who the fuck let him do an interview on TV?
Exactly.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Like, either that or he did have parental figures, but like they saw that check and they're like, "Yeah, let's keep going with this," because some parents are really fucked like that. So either way, it's really sad. But yeah, man, he even gave an interview, which was sad to watch in some respects, because it's like, this kid still adamantly believe that, I'm a doctor. This is all just a misunderstanding.
Do you really think he believes it, or he's still trying to sell it? Because there is a difference.
I mean, once you're fucking caught.
Well,
that's why I worry how sound he is mentally.
Yeah.
Like, he sounds coherent and like he's all there.
And the thing is, like, he seems to be very intelligent for a 17-year-old. Like, it's not
He does.
Yeah, it's not like he sounds like an idiot. Like, he actually sounds like, if he didn't look like he was like fucking 6, he probably could pass for a doctor or some shit.
Yeah, he should have just shaved his head.
That mohawk did him no favors. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't trust nobody with no faux hawk.
Yeah, like no doctor walks around with a faux hawk. Like, if you were my doctor, you walk into the office like, "Hi, I'm the doctor." Like, nah, well, you're not.
From my basic understanding here, I feel like the difference between a normal person and a pathological liar is pretty much on display with this kid. So, the ability to lie until you believe it, is almost sort of like the definition of pathological lying, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. So
the actual definition.
Good luck to him. God bless, fam.
I mean, some people just can't help it.
If he would just kept it in check until he graduated college,
right?
That's such a bright future.
That's a long time, Moris. Hey man, just hold on to this.
He's 17. It's not like he's so young.
Yeah, that's like 4 years of college he's got to go through, man.
You really think he's gonna go 4 years? He's gonna take like 18 units. He's gonna hack into the computer system, get straight A's. He'll be out of there in like 6 months.
It'll be interesting to see if he can get in anywhere with that felony on his record.
Tell the judge he's a lawyer. Like, look, I'm a lawyer. I know the law.
You
need
to stop, little boy. You need to stop.
Well, at least his government name is not out there.
I'm telling you, man, it is. That might be his government name, fam.
The kid, he doesn't really strike me as someone who's going to be looking for an employer anyway. Yeah. He has that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, I think that's his real name. Like, he probably gave no fucks. Like, yo, I'm taking this all the way.
Imagine being in high school and like, I have English with that dude. He was pretending to be a doctor.
Like, damn, Malachi was kind of smart. This is stupid, though.
We've all had those classmates. You saw their names in the newspaper where you said, "Well, yeah, that sounds about right."
Yeah.
Oh, I have
this is very true.
Speaking of that, there's this dude I went to elementary school with, like from 3rd grade until 11th grade when he dropped out.
Damn.
And then the year after high school graduation, I was at a friend's house and the local newspaper got dropped off in front of his house. I picked it up and that dude was in jail for attempted murder for shooting at a police officer.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, I saw the Pokemon movie with this dude. Like, I went over to his house and his mom drove us to go see the Pokemon movie and he almost killed the cop.
Speaking of people that we knew that went down for attempted murder, my home church back in Ohio, the pastor's nephew, he's our age, roughly, and he maybe a month ago, he murdered his girlfriend, and then the police were trying to catch him, and he came at the cop with a knife. I think they wound up subduing him. He's still alive. And surprisingly enough, he was just a normal, sort of funny guy. Very much like Angelus. It turned out that he was not. Clearly, this happened. Like I said, maybe late January. My people did not come out of my church too well. Another one is
Jesus Christ. What church is this?
Your very standard Baptist church from a small town.
Definitely gonna make sure that if I'm ever in Ohio, like, don't go to that church, man.
At my Baptist church, the cello player, he started playing the cello when he was like 12 years old. He ended up in jail for armed robbery, assault and battery.
Yeah, I don't have any stories like that. Actually, I kind of do. I used to work at for the state government.
You party with what's her face, that lady who killed her kid?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Casey. Casey Anthony.
Yeah, Angelus was way down with Casey Anthony. They went way back.
Why the fuck you lying?
Is it like that,
fam?
No, like,
you laid it down, man.
Basically, one of my mutual friend of ours, we used to always party together. Used to go to Orlando, and she knew Cassie Anthony and Cassie, I don't know. So we like interacted a few times, but that was the extent of that.
Who knows?
Cassie.
Y'all do.
They went to the same church.
I don't go to church.
I better remember myself. Though. Did the cops interview you?
No.
You tell us.
Why the hell would they interview me?
You tell us, fam.
Man, stick into that lie. Right now, and I guess going back a long time, it's always been okay to make fun of white people and disparage white people as...
I think it's fun. It's my pastime, but...
Yeah, like, it's okay. Like, you might make someone uncomfortable, but no one's ever going to be like, that's not cool. And it feels like with white people not projected not to be the majority in America, like in 50 years. Like our kids and grandkids are going to have a serious conversation about the shit you say about white people. And that kind of blows my mind.
Yeah. It is interesting to think about.
It's like they're going to be a minority in the near future and people are going to be calling them honkies like it's no thing.
Oh man. It's going to be interesting, I'll tell you that. But the thing is, even then, they're still not going to understand how it feels.
I mean, they're not going to relinquish any power.
So
just numbers. It'll be like South Africa.
No. Oh my God.
Oh, hell.
Well, hopefully not like South Africa, but you know.
You mean terrible movies like Elysium?
Yeah, that was a South African flick, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've heard that the other movie with the robot was pretty bad too.
He did do that movie, didn't he?
Chappie.
I don't know anybody that saw that.
Matt Damon still can't act to save his fucking career, but he keeps getting roles, so somebody must like his ass.
Like he told you, it doesn't matter who's behind the camera.
Oh yeah, I forgot he said that shit.
Someone pointed out how ridiculous that situation was when he tried to explain to that black woman,
but
the black producer, that representation was the people in the movie, not the people creating the movie.
But I mean, that's like America in general, though. Like, basically, America's always been white people explaining racism to black people and what is racism, and being the ones that, define it and things like that. And it's basically been our entire nation since inception. Mm-hmm. It's annoying because it's like you don't know what it is because you've never experienced it, but yet you're trying to constantly tell, minorities, hey, no, that wasn't really racist. Let me explain to you what racism is. Like, oh, please explain to me what racism is, Mr. Privilege, who's never had to worry about it a day in their lives. Like, please educate me.
It was bad enough as a foot in the mouth moment, but someone pointed out that he is the executive producer of that show, and he gets final say on the edit of that show. So he saw that and thought he was on point.
Yeah.
And so he had ample opportunity to be like, well, that looks kind of bad. Or, oh shit, maybe that's not the best light to show myself in. But no, he's like, yeah, I want everyone to see this shit.
I mean, because it's not going to hurt them, so why care about it? Like, why care what people think about you when you say it when it doesn't hurt you? It must be nice.
Oh, Matt Damon is considered to be like one of the more intelligent people in Hollywood too.
Yeah,
So that kind of sucks.
slight change of topic. Talking about what it's like to be a minority in Hollywood. Go ahead, Dreams. You go ahead and read it because I can't explain it.
Well, the New York Times article is like a bunch of headshots of different actors and actresses in Hollywood, all minorities and women. And you can click on them and they have some thought about what their experience has been like as a minority, as a woman in Hollywood. And some of the thoughts are really sort of interesting, unique. Some of them are perspectives that I think we all would have sort of assumed people had. And you know, it's nice sometimes to hear them say it because they oftentimes, you know, actors and actresses, they don't oftentimes have a platform to talk about these sorts of things, to talk about their experience as a woman or as a minority in a world where there aren't very many minorities or women in positions of power or authority. And yeah, it's like the one of the very few opportunities that I've seen where lots of them, not just sort of like one or two, like, oh, you just got Spike Lee talking about some issue or you just got Denzel. But I mean, it's like, I'm not sure how many they're here, maybe 30 or 35 on this page. And they all have, you know, like a very real thought, you know, about their experience and how it has not been flowers and sunshine.
Yeah. One of them though, I don't really respect her view on it. Mindy Kaling, whatever her name is, from the Mindy Project. I don't know her name. I think I never.
Mindy Kaling.
There you go, Kaling. Because it's like she had, like, unlike a lot of the other people there, she has a lot of power over her show. She's the executive producer. She gets first pick in casting and everything. And she never puts other Indian Americans in her show. It's always these like super, you know, model-esque white dudes every time. So it's like, but yet she sits there and she talks about how hard it is as for Indian Americans to make it in Hollywood. It's like, you're not helping your people out at all, yo. Like, what the hell? You can't sit there and talk about how hard it is when you've got like this amazing platform. You've got all this power that a lot of minorities don't even have, but you're not putting anybody on. You're putting on other white dudes who can easily get, you know, a shot if they really want it. It's like it just annoys me, like, for somebody like her to like sit there and talk about how hard they have it when you're not doing anything to help your other people out, you know?
Yeah, she was criticized because a lot of her love interests on the show were white men.
Yeah, they're all white men. And it's like, it's like, because basically the show's about, like, I don't know what the show's, I've never seen it before, so I might be completely wrong, but I think it's like, she lives like a mundane life, but she always has like these visions and dreams about having like a better life and like meeting all these awesome guys. And like, so basically she's always surrounded by like these hot white modelish looking guys, you know, and it's like perfect opportunity to get, you know, some, you know, Indian American males in there, or even have like a friend, like just bring a friend on the show, like a friend for the character who's like an Indian American female, but at no point in any season has it ever happened.
American man in Hollywood? Like, I can't think of any.
I mean, there are.
The dude from the Big Bang Theory, the dude from that show on HBO. He's in a lot of stuff, but he's always playing some type of nerd type of character.
Yeah, like there are definitely those guys in Hollywood. It's just that they don't get exposure, so people think that there are none. So let's default to white people, and it's just like, they're there. You just don't want to grab them because they're not white.
I would say the Kumar dude, but fuck him.
Oh, Kumar from Harold and Kumar?
Yeah, he was saying all that suspect shit about stop and frisk.
How long ago was this? Because I bet you he won't say shit like that now that Middle Easterns are targeted.
It was like 2 years ago.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I actually liked him too. God damn it. Can't have heroes at all.
No.
But I mean, I still think overall it's interesting to hear people speak about their experiences in Hollywood as minorities, because I think it's solely needed, if not just to show people like who are coming behind them that, you know, despite their hardships, you know, you can make it. You might get hella frustrated. Yeah. You might want to like punch somebody in the fucking face.
I think it's, you know, especially pertinent, you know, right now, you know, as we approach, you know, Oscar season, and we have this sort of this dearth of people of color, you know, getting any sort of recognition or awards, even recognition for potentially getting an award this year.
Yeah.
You have that. I think it's good to see that it's not just Spike Lee, because I feel like before I saw this collage of people of color and minorities and women talking about their own experiences, it felt like it was just Spike Lee that was like, yo, this is not what's up out here in Hollywood. It feels like it's not just Spike, which I think is important, because people, people get tired of people, white folk.
Yeah.
I feel like, they start looking at people like Spike Lee as the Chicken Littles of the world, and it's just start ignoring them.
Mm-hmm.
And just dismiss them outright when you just see him name.
It's more difficult, in my opinion, to simply dismiss 30 different, minorities and women. Yeah.
Especially from different backgrounds too.
Yeah, it was a good format from the New York Times too, because if you went out and got like Mindy Kaling by herself, that's a hard sell. Yeah. Like, you don't want to be the complaining minority in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Spike doesn't mind.
You get blacklisted real quick.
For most, it's not.
Yeah, Spike Lee his career trajectory is probably way different if he didn't try and get people to notice the problems in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If he would just kept his mouth shut and played the game, he'd probably get way more funding, way more
100%
media appearances and all that.
You say that, but when the last time you heard of John Singleton?
Yeah, but then he was making shit for Spike had
Baby Boy, damn it.
Baby Boy looks like it was made on a handy cam. It's such a low budget movie.
He made that movie specifically for Tyrese, awesome, man.
It has moments for sure.
Yeah. It has moments. That's literally about it.
And that Omar good monologue, boy, when they was in the driveway, that was his life.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
What is Omar Gooding up to?
I think Omar Gooding would like to know what he's up to.
Well,
not as good as Players Club, but
Players Club was a classic.
Not as good as Sucker Punch, but you know what I'm saying, it was a good movie.
This guy, Lisa Ray alone made it much better than Sucker Punch.
Lord have mercy.
Still looks gorgeous.
Omar Gooding's net worth is $2 million.
Bless his heart.
That Wild and Crazy Kids money must have ran out a while ago.
He's not even 40 yet.
Not 40.
Fuck.
He's 39 years old.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something crazy, like he's only 32. Like, what the fuck?
He is 17 years old.
Like, what is this devil magic? As far as Hollywood representation, there was a time where it was getting better, and then like the 2000s came around and just got worse. And I don't know what the fuck happened exactly. Like, we had all kinds of things. We had all kinds of diversity on TV, like, and then something happened. 2000s came around and just like, well, I guess they thought, well, since we had that little run in the 90s, racism is over. Let's go back to the white domination or something. I don't know, but this is really weird.
There's still some stuff out there.
Yeah, it's coming back
Blackish
now.
Is pretty
Blackish,
good.
Fresh Off the Boat. Don't get me wrong, it's getting way better now. But like I was saying, like there was this time where it was great, and then like
I don't think Hollywood has really been convinced that black faces will sell box office tickets. I think they've convinced themselves of that, and I'm hoping that our guy in Star Wars will reverse that line of thinking, along with some of the other black actors and actresses that have become very successful on certain shows that are on TV now. What's that?
Will be the test.
It will be.
Black Panther will be a test.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really feel like, honestly, I don't know what it is. It's just my fear, but I fear that they're gonna make it basically about a white person somehow.
It'll make it about Captain America.
They did with race.
Yeah,
the Jesse Owens movie.
It's going to be like Leonardo DiCaprio's the main character this entire time, and the Black Panther just happens to be in it.
Did you hear the casting news this week? They casted Martin Freeman as God, I forgot his name, Everett Scott, who was in like the relance of the Black Panther series. He was the focus character. He was there. He was the
narrator.
Point
basically.
of view for Yeah, and basically he was that white dude screaming like they crazy out here.
Okay.
And I think if they do it that way, it'd be pretty good.
We'll see. I just
because he always end up fucked up because he's fucking with the Black Panther. Like he ends up almost selling
sold
his
for a
soul
pair
to
of
the
jeans.
devil. You know? Just because he was just hanging with the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see though. I mean, I still hold out hope though. So
Marvel hasn't really let me down yet.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like they haven't let me down yet. So I remain ever hopeful that they don't start with Black Panther because that would be a double fuck you. Not only did you let me down, you let me down with Black Panther. Like, okay, I see how you playing.
When they let old boy do that Mortal Kombat
Real
move
talk.
on dude, I knew they were real.
It'll be interesting to see how they reproduce Wakanda on the big screen. If they do it right.
That's something I really want to see how they pull that off, man. Like, don't give me no third world country. You better show me something that makes America look like a damn fifth world.
Yeah, I want to see it look like the Jetsons.
You make it one.
Yeah. It needs to be next level.
And there needs to be a Panther motif throughout the whole damn thing. I want to see building shit like Panthers.
I think it needs to look like Nova Prime in the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. That was just like all extra laid out and fresh. Yeah, I need to look just like that.
It's the only way, man.
Little black kids on real hoverboards.
Black kids running around not getting shot for no reason. Like,
yeah, I want to leave the.
I swear, like the first trailer. The first show is make or break for me, man.
I want to be able to leave the theater and feel like I want to move to Wakanda.
That's really what I want. Like, I want to be able to leave the theater, turn to a white person, just put my chest out, like, yeah, like that just happened. Like, that's all I want, man. I'm not asking for much, damn it, because white people have been able to do that for the last 300 years. Like, let me get that feeling.
No, we're at about our time limit.
Damn, we didn't discuss shit. We might as well discuss everything, and you just cut the stuff that we talk shit.
We got sideswiped by white people covering rap songs.
You should just cut that whole segment out completely.
I could, yeah. That would probably save me a lot of time too.
Yeah, because there was definitely a part where you said back to Beyonce, so you can just cut all that out and just go back to there.
Maybe I'll put like one of them in there just so people could be aware of this.
Now they are
like the very first one.
We have
Dream Visions.
About to get Dreams all heated right now.
Dreams, can you explain to everyone your admiration for Dr. Ben Carson, your hero?
I can't.
This dude's gonna say the word.
Just as background, I grew up sort of like a fan of Dr. Carson's. Read his book, Gifted Hands. Just about everybody in my family is in medicine. My father's a trauma surgeon and does cosmetic surgery now. My aunt is a psychiatrist. My other aunt is a nurse at the National Institutes of Health. My cousin is a psychiatrist in New York. So there's my stepmother is a nurse. So like there's all of this medicine in the family, right? And so sort of by nature, by extension, there's only so many Black heroes, if you will, or pioneers in medicine, at least that are living. And Dr. Carson is one of them. And so to see him just sort of take this fall from the grace that was once applied to his name is just nothing short of just sort of disappointing to me, not just as a fan of his and somebody who followed his work and his successes as a professional, but as a Black person in America. The betrayal is not too strong a word to say when talking about somebody like Dr. Carson these days. How he has gotten out there and allowed himself to be used by those who mean ill for our community is something that, to me, is quickly approaching the state of being unforgivable.
Unfortunately, I can't apply the same overall feeling to Stacey Dash. She's just a confused, poor child. And I don't think she was anybody at any point in her life. Was she anybody's role model? I hope not anyway, because you need to talk to your parents about that if she was. But yeah, like Dream said, it's really sad when, you see people who not only who say things like, get rid of social welfare and Black people need to quit complaining and, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, all that basic, all the points that a conservative would use against you. It's really sad to see that, number one, these are people who benefited from themselves, but now they don't want any other, African Americans who benefit from it, saying that, they're dependent on it. And it's like, yeah, some people are dependent on it. It's fucking social welfare. Like, by its very nature, people who are on it depend on it. Like, that's what it's there for. And for you to want to take that away from your fellow people, it's like, because you've already used it and now you've gained from it and you're successful now, like that is just a poor look. So that's why when Ben Carson made that statement about Obama not being a real Black person, because he didn't live the Black experience, it's doubly insulting when you think about it, because, like, number one, many African American children, they might not have lived the Ben Carson experience. They might not have pulled out knives on random people because they were about it. I mean, many of them might have lived the Obama experience of being a military brat and traveling, but you now just said that because their parents decided to, take them out of their current predicament and like try to better their children via the military, you're now saying by proxy, they too are not real Black people. They too are whatever, they're quote unquote raised white, as if being in the military is a white thing or something like that. I don't know. So, like, again, hearing him say these things and talk about how, Black people, we're our own worst enemies. And, he feels that the left is racist against him. To see people go around saying that, he's kind of right about that. It's like, no, he's not. Like, you're not called a Uncle Tom because you're Republican, even though technically at this point you kind of really are, because Republicans, they're so far damn gone in the racist bubble that you basically are Uncle Tom if you're voting Republican. Because if you're the kind of person who will put, like, single issues like quote unquote being fiscally conservative ahead of seeing your people better themselves or improve themselves via social welfare programs, then yes, you are by the very nature of it, Uncle Tom, because you would deny these people a way of bettering themselves, thinking that if we take away social welfare, they will get better on their own because they have no choice. That's not how it works. Like, you don't say take away welfare and boom, they'll work hard and make it. It's like, no, you take away welfare, they're going to turn to something else to make money. And it might not be legal because minimum wage is only $7.25 an hour. So you basically damn these people to continue living the cycle that you thought you broke. I was never a Ben Carson fan growing up. I didn't know who the fuck a Ben Carson was as a kid. Sorry to say, none of my family really medical on my mother's side anyway. So it's like, I didn't have that same adoration, but I can understand having that adoration for that man, wanting to be like him, and then seeing him turn around and say these kind of things to you. It can crush a kid, like I said the last time, in another conversation that we had off of the podcast. It's like more and more we're starting to see a lot of successful Black people who are doing great things in their community and on the large stage. You got people like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, nobody even knows this, but Jay-Z and Beyonce, they donate hundreds of thousands to protesters when they get arrested to get them out. We've got that happening now. Like, we've got young children looking up to these people, trying to be like them, whether that you got entrepreneurs, you've got guys in Silicon, African Americans in Silicon Valley, those in Atlanta doing things for the community, or, making it via other venues other than basketball or rap music, and even those who do make it via basketball and rap music and sports in general, they're diversifying what they're doing, like they're not just making rap music and then that's it. Like they're starting to get into real estate, venture capitalism, and like kids are seeing that and they want to emulate it, and like, I think that's a really amazing thing, because before that, kids were looking up to the drug dealers, like, because like you can say what you want to say about a drug dealer, about how they're destroying their community. But there's one thing that a drug dealer will always tell you is work hard, bust your ass. That's how you're going to make it. Nobody's going to give you anything. So like I said, we now have these kids looking up to these celebrities more and more. So it really destroys those children's self-esteem when these celebrities come out and say things like, oh, black people were our own worst enemies, or, you don't need welfare, like you're lazy if you're on welfare, or even worse, that this whole new movement of, I don't see myself as black, or, black people, we complain too much. Like that just damages a kid's, growing self-esteem, and they no longer going to look up to you. So they're going to go back to that default of looking up to the drug dealer, because you'll never hear a drug dealer say some nonsense like that, Like he's always like, he or she's always going to tell you the truth. Like, yo, it's a hard knock life out here. Like you're either going to make it as a basketball player, rapper, or you're not going to make it, So like that cuts them down too. But at the same time, again, that drug dealer is always going to be real with them. And that's something that those kids are going to look up to and respect and try to emulate. So like to have somebody like Ben Carson, who is a pioneer in his field, say these kind of things, like it's just damning and it's damaging as hell, but thankfully we still have people like, Neil Tyson, things like that, who know where they came from and don't forget it and don't disparage it because they're no longer in that in that situation anymore. So that's how I feel about it.
Well, needless to say,
fuck Ben Carson.
I agree completely. And, I can certainly understand that, a lot of people, probably don't have any, a reference point for Ben Carson to feel one way or another about him. I can only imagine, how many generations would be crushed if Neil deGrasse Tyson got out there and said something strange, like what Dr. Carson's been saying. And I think just for the record and so that people will have a little bit more context of what we're talking about and why we're talking about Dr. Carson right now. He decided he was going to open up his mouth and I quote, say that, with regard to, President Obama, he said, quote, he's an African, in quotes, American. He was, raised white. Many of his formative years were spent in Indonesia. So for him to, claim that he, identifies with the experience of Black Americans, I think that's a bit of a stretch. And he went on to say that, well, like most Americans, I was proud that he broke the color barrier when he was elected. But I also recognize that his experience and my experience are night and day different. He didn't grow up like I grew up by any stretch of the imagination. And so it's almost like this, like Angela was saying, it's almost like this, like a reverse paper bag test or something. Like if you didn't meet certain criteria, you don't qualify to be Black enough for me. And it frustrates me because, here's this brother, forget his qualifications. Here's this brother, that is getting up here, that has a platform. There's only so many of us that have a platform to speak to the world. And he's using this platform that he has for a limited time to disparage other Black people, to disparage the first and probably only Black president that we'll have seen in our lifetimes. And to sow as many seeds of discord seemingly as he possibly can before he loses his stage. And he's doing it as the people in the conservative movement who only have him there for entertainment purposes. Let's be real. 'Cause he was never going to be their nominee, for their entertainment, right? They lap it up like a dog laps up water. And with every opportunity that he uses to do this, he further damages the image and understanding of what it is to be black in America to this white audience who already doesn't know enough about us. So, I stay disappointed with him and with people like Stacey Dash who do the same thing, but even worse, because she's just ridiculous now.
What's interesting about one of the things that Angelus was saying about how now, instead of just entertainers and athletes, there's black entrepreneurs now, like Tristan Walker, people like that found means of success through avenues that a lot of young black kids typically don't see. Like like Angelus was saying, like you're either an NBA player or you're a recording artist. Those are the two ways to get a success in America. That's the perception for a lot of young black kids, and it's really interesting because for Asian Americans, it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah,
they had those doctor, lawyer, engineer, like those were the career paths. Like that's how you get successful. But now, like nowadays, there's like Justin Lin, the director of the Fast and the Furious movies, and then there's actors like John Cho or the dude from The Walking Dead, Steven Yeun.
Yeah,
and there's even like Jeremy Lin in the NBA, which is like it's pretty wild that all
insanity.
It's like the total opposite. Like a total different perspective of representation happening in the Asian community. I mean, like when you Google Asian actors, Bruce Lee is still there. Like he's still like he's been dead for like 4 decades, and he's still like the Asian actor, which says a lot for Asian representation in film.
Yeah, it's pretty struggle, unfortunately.
Who's that?
Randall Park is coming up.
Okay.
Fresh off the boat. The father from Fresh Out the Boat.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, something like on the subject of the Asian American community in the entertainment industry, like that shit is really bad when RZA employed the most Asians in a year when he made Man with the Iron Fist. Like, you need to fix some shit when that's going down. Like, come on. And like you got people like Lucy Liu who's been in the game forever, and she's talked about how hard it is to get them to sign on other Asian American actors and actresses, and it's just like if she had no pull at the height of her career,
I really don't. I don't know why. Maybe I'll never know why Hollywood is so sort of fixated on only bringing in minorities when they can be properly typecasted for something. If they're not doing martial arts, it's probably a 95% chance that you're not going to see an Asian American in a film.
I was just going to say, which is crazy because Hollywood's really been trying to target the Asian American, like not Asian American, sorry, like the Asian, like China, Japan.
Market.
Yeah. With their movies nowadays, but it's like you still don't want to put Asians in it, which would probably really help you in that regard. Like put some Asian American actors, especially like some Chinese American actors in there, and like especially ones who are actually famous, who are popular in China. Like for instance, Donnie Yen, he speaks perfect English, but he doesn't get roles, and like you wonder why you're having trouble cracking that damn market. Like I don't know, like there's this perception. Sorry, I was just going.
And the last Transformers movie, the ending is set pretty much in China, and they had all these Chinese cameos for only like 2 seconds just to get some money.
I think some of the Marvel movies did that too, where they had extras.
Oh, Korea, yeah. Oh, they
have specific cuts for Asian release.
Yeah, Iron Man 3. They have a whole character that doesn't appear in the American cut of the movie, but he's like not pivotal, but
are there any Marvel characters that are going to appear in any of these future films that are Asian? Or that are going to be played by Asian actors or actresses? It seemed like Olivia Munn's role was the prime opportunity, but they gave it to Olivia Munn, who is mixed. I understand that.
The moment that might change.
Technically, Psylocke is half Asian.
Technically, she's not an Asian; she's white, but
yeah.
It's a really stupid story. It's the most retarded
her
story.
brain is Brit.
I guess I misremembered
Her
it.
brain is British,
Oh,
but
really?
her body is Asian.
Yeah, she did a body swap.
I guess I'm showing my.
They couldn't be asked to make a real Asian character, so they're like, you know what? We'll just make. It's basically the weeboo fantasy, like those kids who want to be Asian. Like it's literally the story for them. It's like,
are there any prominent Asian
there's a story
superheroes? Maybe that's just a question I should have asked.
I mean, there are, but they don't get a lot of spotlight. That's the problem.
But isn't the rebooted Hulk an Asian character?
Yeah, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah, Amadeus Cho.
Yeah.
A smartest person on Earth.
I was about to say, like,
well, depending on who's on Earth at the time.
But yeah, like they've got him, but you're not going to see a Hulk movie featuring him because like the very first thing people are going to say is, "Oh my god," or just changing characters. So like, no, it's actually a real character, but whatever. You know how?
Yeah, that's why I want to Shane. That's why I want a Shane C show. Shane. You know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
No, you want to sell seashells by the what?
You want a Shang-Chi show.
A Shang-Chi show. Yeah. The Master Kung Fu. I mean, not only is he's prominent Asian, but his main adversary is a black dude.
Is that a Marvel property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we won't see
on the roadmap, right?
We actually might. I don't know. Because, I mean...
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes they surprise you with characters they use.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine like you can have them like pop up in like Luke Cage, you know, along with Misty and Colleen Wing.
They've already cast Misty for Luke
They're
Cage.
never going to cast Colleen Wing, I swear.
That'd be perfect for David Aoki. David Aoki, or whatever his name is.
David Aoki.
Yeah.
Word. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that actually would be a pretty good role for her because she's mixed as well. Yeah. It would fit. It won't happen though, but I mean, like Asian Americans, they have it so rough when it comes to representation in America media and in general, man. It's like, I think part of the problem is I can't pretend to speak for Asian Americans. So if any Asian is listening to this and they feel offended, I'm not trying to offend. But like, I think, send
us an email.
I think one of the main problems is that the community is so insular, like they really don't speak out a lot. You know, they're kind of like go with the flow. So that helps them in some regards, but it hurts them in others. Like it helps them because it allows them to build their a community without worrying about, you know, white people kind of like complaining about, oh my God, Asians are doing this, this, and this. Asians are allowed to do that because, you know, nobody really thinks about them, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on one's perspective on that matter. Again, like this allows them to build communities like all over America. You know, you got Koreatown out in, you know, California. If you go to Georgia, you got Duluth, Norcross area, which is like Korea Part 2. You know, they got their own banks, things like that. Like,
for real?
Yeah, man. Like I have a lot of friends who live out there. It's basically Korea Part 2. There's Korean stores like H Mart. Everything's in Korean. It's crazy. I felt like a foreigner. I was like, damn.
I did not know that.
I was like, I live in America and I feel like a foreigner. But I mean,
you guys don't got H Mart where you're from? Around you?
There's no big Asian community here at all, man.
Cuba.
This is Cuba. Yeah, basically.
There's an H Mart over here.
You're in California.
Cheap produce. Yeah.
Well, they on the same street. They have an Asian Baptist, Methodist.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I went to an Asian church when I went to visit my friends. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, Koreans like Jesus.
Oh yeah,
they're really into
Korean Jesus is the man.
I mean, are they Baptist church like Baptist,
dude, man?
Or
the one I went to, it wasn't a Korean one. It was actually a Chinese church. But like that thing was basically 2 seconds from being a black church. Like it was basically a black church, but with Chinese people in it. They did the sermon and they spoke in English and Mandarin.
Wow.
They went in and out of English and Mandarin. I was like, what is going on?
What?
They were dancing. They were speaking in tongues. I was like, y'all know I'm not really. Yeah.
Whoa.
And the thing was,
did you eat afterwards?
Yeah, like basically their church had a basement. They basically made this really large basement that they turned into the kitchen, and they're like everybody ate there. So the kids, the parents, everybody. And so I went with my friend Cindy, and I was just looking around. I was like, I'm the only black dude here. I'm thinking it's right. And I saw another brother, and we just did that look to each other that, I see you, fam, look. And we just did the nod. And he was with his wife. His wife was Chinese, obviously. But like we went down there, you know, and the church is so it's like I said, it's like really it's like they're really kind and everything like that. But like it's like basically 99.9% Chinese, which makes sense. So I went with like I just said, when one of my friends, she took us to the church. It was her church, and I also went with one of my friends from back here in Florida, who was Japanese, and so we went to the church. And like they had never, I guess none of these people had ever seen a Japanese person before. So it got real stereotypical real quick and slightly racist. Yeah, they were like, "Oh my God, you're Japanese. Like, what does this mean?" You know, they started saying random things. I was like, "Damn, this is pretty crazy." But yeah, like I said, it was literally like 3 seconds from being a black church. I was like, they are getting wild in here, man. They tried to recruit me into the church. I was like, I'm not from Georgia, number one, and I'm not religious, number two.
There's a few churches around here that I think there's Korean and Vietnamese. I should probably dip into one and report back.
Dude, the food is always good, man. The food is so lit. Like, I ate so good that day.
That. I might go put on my suit and go hit up a service.
But yeah, I found that the Catholic experience is decidedly different. But what I will say, Angelus, is that what I appreciate about your story is that it sort of reminds me that, you know, as people of color, we have a lot more in common than I think we oftentimes tend to realize, and we need to. As peoples of color, and usually as minorities in these countries, we really need to do a better job of coming together, hanging out with each other, and sort of appreciating our cultures and differences.
But I mean, another problem with that is like I agree with you, but another problem with that is the language barrier. You know, because like inside these communities, they're not going to speak English predominantly. Like it's basically their native language the entire time. Which was kind of awkward for me at some points because some lady told me she thought I was going to rob the place, which is really insulting. Yeah, I was like, I'm with 2 Asian girls. Like, you really think I'm robbing this place? Like, come on.
We're on Twitter at SWS Podcast.
Yeah.
And if you go there, mine, Angelus, and Slayven's Twitter handles in the bio for the show. So you can just go there to get them all. You could email us if we say anything stupid. If you want to correct us on something. We're so well spoken at gmail.com. We are not above saying something foolish, so
we're not.
If you want to set the record straight on something, we'll give you your minute. We'll let you have your grievance. And
apologies ahead of time.
Yeah. We know we said something that wasn't right. We're sorry. We're not perfect.
We're venting frustrations a lot of times.
Sometimes we are. It is from an emotional place. And as the news have taught you, when you get emotional, you get to do shit like say slurs. And all right, that's about it. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.